So, why are we meeting down here?
Since I got back from Iowa, I figured it's the perfect time to finally pitch my TV show. It's a great time to get into news.
Well, good for you, man. Thanks for dropping me off.
Hey, no problem, bud. We should grab a drink sometime.
No. In fact, I think I'm actually just gonna,
Wait, one more thing.
What is this? What are these?
I don't know, Satan said that Danny would understand them.
What's up? Felt it would be convenient for me to pop up right now. Oh, an envelope. What century is it? It says large. Oh. The Oscars have been announced.
Why?
Give me those. Oh, these nominations are terrible. God, pure shit. Pure terrible garbage.
Well, I mean, even if they're bad, we still have to talk.
Silence, Nave. We're gonna do our own thing this year. Our own nominees, our own awards, our own overblown sense of self-importance. And you're gonna host.
Yeah, good. Okay. Welcome to the Stubbies.
No, he's not.
How are you doing?
Check these out.
Oh. Oh no. God. It's different than I could exploit and I could oppress. I don't need this. A different person. Ah, yes, I heard you needed a host. I'm Leopold Hoppenstop, and I charge way too much. Let's get this on the road. Yes, okay.
You're damn right we need a host. And this episode is going to be very long, so we have to get started right now.
Welcome to STUBTOWN.
No. I am the host. I am Leopold Hoppenstop. I am one of the greatest hosts ever. I don't even need to introduce myself. Why am I introducing myself? Mon Dieu, you all know me. The world's on fire, and so am I. And today, it is the day of the Oscars. I don't know why they're named that after some trashmonger from a Muppet. But here we are. These are the movies that have been seen, and these are the greatest announcers ever. I don't know any of your names, so please introduce the movie. We will start off with the first pick. Best Picture of 2019, the preceding year. It's last year. It's irrelevant. Here we go.
We're not starting with Best Picture.
You do Best Picture last.
Yeah.
No, we should go in this order.
We're going to start with Best Editing.
Best
Do that again.
No, come back. Just.
Oh my God, it's Best Editing.
It's Moonlight, guys.
I think we should do them in the reverse order because Danny did it that way.
Yeah.
Who's Danny?
Yeah, what?
Danny got fired.
Spoilers.
They already saw it.
I just can't tell people apart, yes.
Anyways, welcome to STUBTOWN. As you can see, very different. You know, if you watched last year's Oscars episode, I hope you did, because that was a big one. And it hurt my heart to make it. But we're back, we're doing it again, and this time it's more work. So, and some work for you, too, because what we're going to do is we didn't like the Oscars. We don't like any nominations. They're boring, they're bad. You know, there's not enough of what we want on there. So we're doing our own award show this year. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through each category, our own categories, which we came up with as a collective here. And we are going to nominate our own picks. And then you, the viewer at home, will get to vote on what you think should win. I hope you vote, and it's not just us voting. Please watch my show.
I'll say all of us might not even watch this.
Yeah, right. I've never seen a whole episode when I edit them. So, without further ado, I think that's pretty simple. We'll start with best editing, and if you don't understand it by now, I feel sorry for you, but you'll get it. So, we'll go down the line here. We'll start with Solomon.
All right.
What's your pick for best editing?
I had a tough time picking it because I don't really think back like, oh, the editing for that was dope. So I put Jojo Rabbit because I always think comedic editing is more difficult than like a serious one.
Mm-hmm.
So like the pace of it is really well done and like made me laugh pretty much all the way through. And yeah.
I'm going to say The Lighthouse because just in general, pretty much everything about it was paced really just excellently and kept you in the, what's even happening in this moment kind of element of the story. And yeah, I think just when you're making a movie where people are supposed to be questioning everything and whether people are going crazy or not, it's pretty important to have good editing in that. So yeah.
I am nominating 1917 because the whole point.
It's one take.
One take.
It's not.
It's
but-
supposed to make it look like it's one take, and it's not just a simple. You go through a dark room in black, and then you just like put the clips together. No, they show that like no, they had to like time it right whenever they just pass by a soldier, a building, and everything. They have to get the right location, the right cut to make it look like it's one take. And the fact that you don't notice any of the cuts except for one halfway through because it's obvious. That's why you should get at least a nomination because anything's basically non-existent. You don't notice it.
Do they ever push in on someone's back like in Birdman, like really close?
Yes.
And
Just by a couple times. There's like one that they showed in like a behind the scenes where it's like it like
It goes into,
moves
like, a
from one
backpack,
guy's
yeah.
back to the other, and like basically it's kind of like that, but like it's not like dark where it's like it's just black. All right, so just cut there and add another one start from black, so like you can get away with it. No, it's like no, you see the soldier's back, like in detail. So it's like you have to time it right to get the right movement to make it look seamless. And the fact that you don't notice it, I think that at least gets a nomination.
I feel like that's better cinematography, though. Sorry, I don't.
We'll get to that on
Sorry.
I nominate Parasite because it's well deserved, and the peach montage is
It
just
is.
wonderful. Also, the driving scenes, oh my god, and also like the scene where they found out they like set up the housekeeper to have tuberculosis. That's just all you need is silent.
That driving scene is probably one of the most tense things I saw in the movie this year. I picked Little Women because I think that like the non-linear, storytelling structure is really well done in Little Women, and I think particularly about like spoilers, but like the scene with like Beth in the bed and stuff, and you're going between like Laura Dern by the bedside and Saoirse Ronan, and just like moving between all three plot lines or all the different timelines is very well done in Little Women.
Only reason I couldn't give it to Little Women is because of the weird slow-mo stuff at the beginning.
That's cinematography, Aaron.
No. No. You edited it. Like
Yeah,
that.
but I like it.
Yeah, I don't like that. I choose Parasite as well because it does the comedic thing for the first half. It is comedic editing, and then it's thriller editing in the second half. And I thought it was balanced really well.
I also choose Parasite
Yeah.
because the usage of tension and breaking of tension throughout the film is fantastic. And they also said everything else. So I'm just going to open this and pretend I'm done speaking.
Jennifer, do you have a pick, or are you just here for your one
I'm
category?
mostly just here for other categories, but Parasite. If I had to choose one.
Okay, coming through. I'm going to sit down. It'll be funny. It'll be irony. I'll be beneath you guys for the first time ever. Wonderful. Hi, I'm Leopold Hoppenstop, and next up, best visual effects. We all have eyes, except for those that can't afford them, like this poor bloke here. And so we all look at movies with wonder and think, wow, they did that kind of cool. I can visualize it because I have eyes. Please, say something about this. Bye.
Are we starting with me again?
Yeah, we'll start with you.
Okay, so visual effects, I did Missing Link, and I wanted to include that one because if it's a little different than regular animation, like it's actually a lot of hand done stuff, which is, and then using CGI to finish it out, which is a lot of visual effects, and it's a freaking beautiful movie. Like I don't know if you've seen it or not, but there's a boat that pretty much capsized, and they have like everything moving with the boat, and then like in stop motion. That's just, I don't know why they did it. That's a lot of work, but like it was really good.
I was just thinking in terms of which visuals, stuck with me the most, maybe even haunted me the most. And so it has to be Cats. There's no other film that deserves it as much this year. I don't think I even need to explain further. I'm going to take up too much time doing it.
Chris is pissed.
Okay, I nominate Ad Astra. I think the one thing it does a good job is it doesn't spend too much time out in space, and when it does, the visual effects looks great. So they were able to give like the visual effects artists enough time of their resources. So like, about like 30% of it's set in space. There's like a nice good chase scene in the moon, and it looks really like you actually believe they're in the moon, and like it's real because they were able to have enough time and use all the resources for that to make it look real, to make it look well. Whereas most movies, pretty much like more than like 2/3 of the movie is in CGI. So it's like you have to pour too much, but like, you don't have enough time because you have other scenes. Whereas in Ad Astra, you got smaller scenes, so you have enough time. You can make it look as best as it can, and that's what Ad Astra can do.
I nominate Klaus because its animation was really pretty and it was simple and neat and it was just beautiful and it just made me really like it just made me sob a lot. But that's not a thing. So
I don't have a pick or visual effects.
Good job.
Yay.
You don't want to just point at your chest and like, boom.
Yeah,
You saw Star Wars.
yeah,
I did see Star Wars,
But you shouldn't nominate.
No, you
I think
shouldn't.
I think you have to default to cats on this
So
one.
your default is
Avengers Endgame.
Still
Okay,
Disney.
Yeah.
We got Spider-Man Far From Home.
No, I just
Still Disney.
I'm still nominating.
Still Disney. We were saying that a lot.
Lion King. No.
Oh.
I also pick Ad Astra because of the moon scene.
I pretty much don't have a nomination because I didn't see Ad Astra.
Ad Astra's great.
Midsummer.
Yeah.
They put
I
a
go
dude in
with
a
that.
bear.
yeah.
A
Is
very
that
pretty
production
accurate
design, though?
depiction of the.
There's no category for that.
the
Please.
bloody-
I was like,
So
is
it's
there
just
any visual
He's
effects?
making his play. He's making his play. We're
There
redefining.
is. They had to do a freaking bloody eagle. Like.
Okay.
I don't
No, no
one
pictures.
either. I like
Release.
Midsummer. I don't know if that counts. for
Okay,
visual
okay,
effects.
coming in, come here.
I think
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's the sound of a score. It also sounds like me winning in Vegas because I have money. I really do, and I win it in Vegas when I go there. But let's talk about the music score because I don't think you guys have won in Vegas. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Go, best score.
Define win.
Hell
You
yeah.
never mind.
I've won my house being taken away.
Sorry, I guess I keep forgetting I'm starting that. 1917, like, it works really well. It's, like, the music isn't overt, like, you're focusing on that or the movie. It works really well with it, and it builds really well, nice, as too. So, like, it really just helps guide the whole thing, especially being, like, looking like one shot, that the music changes and you don't even, like, notice it until, like, until it's almost a different scene. So.
I mean, I have to pick cats again, honestly.
Memory is a legitimately.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It doesn't help that the cat singing it is like crying from her nose for some reason. But
Mainly her
She
nose.
bought a booger. And
Hey,
then-
Yeah.
she killed it though.
She
Like,
did. She did.
And then she, ascended.
Also, we
And then she
have
was
been
killed
singing
in a
Magical
sacrifice.
Mr. Mistop for at least 4 weeks. Like,
That's true.
yeah, I think I speak for all of us when I say cats is the winner and we can move on.
Yeah, we're done.
Shut up.
My pick for score is Us. It has a very like creepy and tense written score. I can easily name the opening when it shows the bunny and then just like zooms out and that whole song is just playing and it's just like really catchy and nice because it's a really long shot, but like the music is what keeps you engaged with it. Then there is the part where Lupita Nyong'o is like going down and going through the tunnels and then like the drums going down and like tension, like what's gonna happen, what's in there, where is she going? And then obviously during their fight, where it's like you also hear it in the trailer with the violin. So like I can easily name just like 3 really good parts, and they're all different. So it's like I think the fact that it has variety and has a unique way of like scoring this horror film is really nice.
I nominate Frozen 2. I mean, what else can I say? It's like part the score is like part of like kind of the narrative.
like cats.
Yeah, I mean,
Just like
but
Cats.
it's obviously better than Cats. It's not horrendous.
I think you were bribed by
It's,
Disney to say that.
Wintry feel like an ice type Pokemon like Glaceon.
no, it's supposed to have an autumn feel.
I mean, they have both. They have this like one song that like what's his name performed? Christoph.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, the
I-
80s
yeah.
power ballad.
Yeah.
That power
Chewy,
ballad.
Lost
Yeah.
in the woods.
Yeah. My pick for score is Joker. It's this is the only award I'm going to give to Joker today.
Thank you.
But I think like the use of the string instruments in Joker is so haunting and so great. Like the scene, like the song from the bathroom scene is perfect. I love it. But they did use the song by the guy that we don't talk about on the staircase. I feel like that should be mentioned.
Sorry, I just had to text my buddy. Called me in the middle of the review. For score, I chose The Last Black Man in San Francisco. Each song or score piece works super well with each scene. And I don't really listen to like scores that much after I like outside of the movie, but that's something I'll listen to while doing homework because it's just so good.
For score, I chose Karen Doesn't Dream.
Eric M.G. Fox.
Eric M.G. Fox, also known as Michael Windows. It's got a genuinely good soundtrack. It's like nostalgic,
really
it's
good.
haunting, and it just goes up and down. It kind of carries the movie.
Where can we watch this movie?
You can watch it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. Yeah. If you have Amazon Prime, you can watch.
Do you want to say
Karen Doesn't
Amazon
Dream.
Prime?
Jeff Bezos bribed you into saying this?
Amazon.
On Amazon Prime. Where's it?
Amazon Prime.
Amazon. It's
Amazon
on Amazon
Prime.
Prime. Yeah. I keep asking Eric for the soundtrack every time I see him, and he won't give it to me.
I think he put it up on like Bandcamp or
Yeah.
something.
This is a call out post.
Eric.
I really liked Little Women's score. I thought it was it added to the mood of the movie. And
Little Women had a good score.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
cool.
It's him again.
Ew.
Is he just gonna scream?
That was a bad sound. But let's talk about the best sound.
I knew it.
Knew it. So again, 1917 for me because I don't want to I feel a little shell shocked after that movie and that.
that whole thing.
Well, there's one obvious answer on this one, and that is Uncut Gems. I don't know what you guys thought I was going to say, but I mean, it's literally Uncut Gems is the right option. I don't know why you think I'm being inaccurate here as a thing. No, Uncut Gems is great from the first scene. It just blares noise, like ambient noise or whatever, just everywhere, and it gets like that buzzer with the door gets really annoying, but it also draws you into the scene so much every time, and it just constantly bombards you with everything so that you can't think about like anything outside of the story that's being told, and just sucks you in emotionally. And that's why it was like one of the few times I actually was like, that was great sound, like immediately when a movie started. So that's actually my pick.
My pick is also Uncut Gems as well. Pretty much everything William just said. The biggest thing, my favorite part is like near the end. Basically, it's literally just Adam Sandler watching a basketball game because of a bet he made, and it's like one of the most intense moments and scenes throughout. And basically, it's all because of the sound, but also his performance and everything. But yeah.
Should have curveballed and done Cats to mess with me.
Lighthouse for me because it started out really haunting and it just creeped me out the whole movie. Yeah, I just couldn't stop thinking about the sound. It was just, yeah, that. Yeah.
My pick is also The Lighthouse. Just like the sounds of being in the lighthouse during the storm and stuff like that. Like it's just that movie creeps you out like pretty much entirely just by sound. It sets ambiance with just the sound. So I loved it.
My pick is also The Lighthouse. Going along with what y'all said, as well as the distorted scream scene at the end. Oh,
So good.
oh, terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying. Watch our Lighthouse review.
Yeah, watch the Lighthouse review. My pick is also Lighthouse. It would have been Uncut Gems. I was gonna go on a date to see Uncut Gems, and then the person I was gonna go on a date with got in a car crash, so I haven't seen Uncut Gems yet. So the Lighthouse has has a great sound design because it establishes tension and isolation in a way that really isn't normally done, and the setting does a lot to it because you're in a lighthouse and it's the echoing, it's the creaking of the floorboards, the distant foghorn, even the seagulls and the wind, and it establishes this level of silence. It's a cacophony, clearly, but it's also a level of silence. So when there's actual dialogue, it's very much separated from the silence, and that's a very big highlight. Yeah, I like the Lighthouse. Watch the Lighthouse. Watch our review, and drink seawater.
Uncut Gems. I almost had an anxiety attack in that movie. But also shout out to Us for their use of Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys. I love that scene.
I just found out I'm doing this pro bono, so I'll have to talk to my agent and have him thrown out of a helicopter a la Pinochet. Anyway, best cinematography.
Last time I'm nominating 1917. Well, I thought it was going to be the end of the list. But some of those shots were like fucking beautiful. Like, and also shout out to the lighting department for it, for using flares on strings and doing a 5-story lighting rig for a burning church. That's like what? And it's literally like 30 seconds of a shot. And that's it's really good.
I feel like this whole table's gone like way too into the lighthouse, but I'm also still gonna nominate the lighthouse for this anyway.
I was the only one.
Stay tuned.
I was the only one with a different nomination last time. Like,
I don't know if we need to talk about the lighthouse more though. I feel like we've covered pretty much everything.
Watch her lighthouse review, man.
yeah.
Oh yeah. 1917 as well. The biggest thing that was the lighting and being able to keep it consistent throughout, because like they legit, like whenever the sun came out, they had to just stop production because they had to wait for the clouds to come in and cover the sun. So it was like they had to just plan everything to a T. Like they showed they had a model of the entire set, and they had to make it to where like this, like at this area, that's when the actor says their final line and everything. So it was just, yeah, it was great. 1917.
It's Parasite for me again. I mean,
Yeah.
it's obviously it's an obvious choice. I just like how they used the space and kind of there's like a lot of empty space, but you don't really feel like it's nothing there just because they're like the rich family and then the poor family, and then the one scene where it's like during a flood, you just see like that one shot where it's like looking down on them. They're on like this piece of thing and then just floating underwater and all their power lines like yeah, just you know what, just watch our Parasite review.
The staircase shot?
Yeah, the staircase shot. Oh, beautiful.
I picked the lighthouse also. I thought about doing Parasite, but I thought about the penis lighthouses and stuff like that, you know, just like all the, like very, very well done. I liked that movie a lot. Willem Dafoe down in the dirt, like, beautiful.
My pick is The Last Black Man in San Francisco. I haven't seen a movie like that beautiful in years. Like every single frame of that film is like a Renaissance painting, but not in like a Loving Vincent way where it's like literally a painting. Just, it's so gorgeous.
I forgot what my pick was, but I remember it now. Parasite also.
That's just like a good default. Like,
yeah, it's like that's the right answer, I guess. Parasite, because specifically for that one part when she's talking about schizophrenia to the mom, and then they bust the 180 and they just slide to the other side of her head, and she's like, oh, and that was just good. That was really good. I liked that because I hate the 180 degree finish.
I really liked Midsummer. It's so pretty. That's all I have to say about it. Pretty.
I've lost my youth and my virility, but here I go, man, spreading again. Anyway, it has been said in the annals of cinema, or kino as they call it if I'm right, that there is one critic whose voice transcends that of the others, not Roger Ebert. He had to die for this to happen.
Danny, you're gonna have to hurry up, man.
Lynn.
My pick is The Fall, 2005. Not this decade, but it just says best movie Lynn liked, so that's the best movie Lynn liked. Like, I mean, did I say more? Just watch the movie. Just go.
Okay, best supporting actress.
Sorry, I haven't seen it. Florence Pugh is the one in Midsummer, right?
Yeah.
So I assume whatever she's in as a supporting actress is amazing.
She's great in Little Women.
So yeah, I Florence Pugh in Little Women. Like,
And Midsummer.
well, she's the lead
She's
actor.
May.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
problem. Yeah.
Kristen Ritter was in like 2 scenes of El Camino, but they were really sad, so I'm going with that.
I'm going to say Lynn and her stage name Scarlett Johansson from Jojo Rabbit.
I kind of decide between Florence Pugh or Park So-dam from Parasite, so I'm just gonna nominate both of them.
Whoa.
Just
It's allowed.
Well, one of them is
No.
nominated. So,
yeah.
I went with Laura Dern from Little Women. I like her as a mom.
I went with Zhao Shuzhen from The Farewell. She plays the grandma.
Yeah. And Lynn said, yeah.
I guess also Laura Dern in Marriage Story. I think she's really good in both of them.
You haven't seen that movie. Shut
No, I
up.
haven't, but I forgot she was in it.
Yeah, she's great.
And Park So-Dam.
Okay, here I come from the other side. Best supporting actor.
I put William Dafoe for The Lighthouse.
Yeah, I was just thinking, who do I want to give an award to? And I was like Bob Odenkirk, and so I don't really care what movie we give it to him for, just any of the ones he was in this year.
Little Women. Little Women.
Little Women.
That was so funny.
William Dafoe for Lighthouse.
William Dafoe for Lighthouse.
I also did the Willem Dafoe. He ate dirt in that movie.
He did.
I went with Song Kang Ho from Parasite. He plays the poor family dad.
Oh,
That's my nom for best actor.
that's my best leading actor.
Yeah,
I was gonna
He
go
was pushed as supporting
with,
by Neon, so.
Willem Dafoe for Lighthouse too, but I
up for
decided to nominate The Weeknd from Uncut Gems.
Nice. Starboy.
I just realized I forgot to say Julia Fox for the last category. So no actor, just Julia Fox from Uncut Gems. Be my friend, Julia.
Okay. Now we're doing the head honchos. Best actor and actress, not supporting. The CEO counts more than the worker.
Are we doing both right now?
Yeah.
Sure.
Like this? Okay. Best actress, Lupita Nyong'o from Us, because damn. She does dual roles, and they're both really, really good. I also think, like, horror is often overlooked for these kind of things, and, like, you know, score is really good, too. And actor, probably Robert Pattinson for The Lighthouse, because, you know, that was like, okay, he can actually act. Like,
My man.
yeah. Ah, the fats.
Best actor, I think a lot of people are sleeping on Eddie Murphy and Dolomite Is My Name. That's a really good
Really
performance.
great.
It's like, it's great because it's kind of like those other movies that are about, you know, the making of a movie. But whereas a lot of those, you get someone playing, you know, like a Tommy Wiseau or whoever, who's just like basically a fictional character, but somehow a real person. Eddie Murphy has to actually play, you know, a real person who creates this over-the-top persona. So you see like him actually become a character from also playing a character, becoming a character. It's multi-leveled like that, yeah. And then best actress, I don't know if I have anyone written down. Hold on here. Okay. Who is it? Knives Out.
Anna de Armas.
Yes.
Ana de Armas.
Yeah, that's my nomination because Knives Out.
Okay, for my best actress, Samara Weaving from Ready or Not. Same thing where horror's, well, I mean, it's not really horror, but
It's a good genre blend.
yes.
Yeah.
And like that movie was really overlooked. And she just did a great job of like being afraid, but also trying to like become the fighter. And then best actor, Brad Pitt from Ad Astra, because he actually does act and actually does instead of like
Maybe I need to see this.
he's just like doing stuff in Once Upon a Time. So
My best actor is Song Kang Ho from Parasite. I mean, you just can't take your eyes off of him. And my best actress is Saoirse Ronan because her performance just like blew my mind. I was just like into her. Yeah.
My best actor is also Song Kang Ho from Parasite because he just kills it. He's so great. And my best actress is Lupita Nyong'o, also from Us. I didn't even see the movie, but I'm giving her the nomination.
My best actress is Lupita Nyong'o for the same reasons. Not the same reasons as you. Just saw the movie. And then my best actor is Joaquin Phoenix for the Joker.
Out. No.
Best actor, Robert Pattinson, Lighthouse, Lupita Nyong'o, Us.
What are you gonna say? What are you gonna
I
don't know.
I guess, yeah, all the people have already been said. Also, Florence Pugh in Midsummer. She does really well. That movie makes me emotional. So.
Okay, here I come scuttling in to summon up the selections for best screenplay, the superlative. Go.
We're gonna do best director now.
Oh,
Actually.
okay. Best director.
I didn't write a director down.
That's
yeah,
okay.
that's because you forgot it in the email.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So
you
Bong Joon-ho Parasite.
Yeah.
Bong Joon-ho Parasite.
No, I actually have a pick that I just came up with just because you tried to put words in my mouth. It wasn't in the email, right? But I'm just gonna say some directors are so good that their work is so keynote that it becomes timeless. So I'm gonna say Stanley Kubrick for best director.
I do agree with Parasite, though.
Okay.
I need to have Parasite on this list.
Greta Gerwig with Little Women.
I kind of side between Bong Joon-ho or Lulu Wang, so I'm just gonna go with Lulu Wang.
I'm also going with Lulu on my pick.
I'm going with Hubo for an elephant sitting
Oh
still.
my god.
Oh.
4
Out of nowhere.
Rest.
hours.
Not the sound of work.
No.
Bong Joon-ho. Goes.
Bong Joon-ho.
Bong
Because
Joon-ho,
Bong has.
Greta,
Mhm.
Lulu Wang. All the
Kubo,
bases
yeah.
are covered.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Now, screenplay.
His hat's backwards.
Now, screenplay.
I was gonna do Parasite, but I know someone else is gonna nominate it. So I mean, someone's gonna nominate Knives Out as well. But Knives Out, because like Who Done It hasn't been done really well in a long time, and it's like I can't imagine writing out a mystery like story in itself, but doing it as a screenplay.
Especially an original one.
Yeah, and like
based on
it's
anything.
kind of like two whodunits at the same time, and it's like I don't know how long that took.
Yeah, I have two that are kind of tied for me, but luckily one of them is Knives Out, so like everyone's already gonna say it. But I also think El Camino for being a follow-up to Breaking Bad, which is like one of the great, following up one of the best shows like ever with a movie was automatically gonna be, if you messed up anywhere, people were gonna get really pissed. But like a bravo, Vince, you did it again.
I'm going. This movie was very overlooked in the Oscars. Queen and Slim. It actually does a really good job in handling a very political subject, a very controversial and hard to talk about subject. And I think it did a really good job with it.
Based on an actual lie, farewell. So, farewell.
Knives Out got nominated, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Booksmart. I didn't see it,
Oh, I love this.
but it deserves the world.
You really like Booksmart.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Farewell.
Okay. I know the writer's in kind of a hot seat right now because of his tweets about the milk industry, but I'm going to go ahead and nominate Animal Jack. So, deal with it.
Little Women. I love Greta Gerwig so much.
Parasite actually wasn't nominated then.
Oh wow.
Oh no, we're at Parasite. I'll never receive any awards now.
Okay, quiet now. We have to move on. Anyway, listen to my impression real quick and feel your skin shiver with discomfort and oils flood your body. Meow! It's cat movie. Haha, meow.
What's your best cat movie of the decade, Solomon?
A Decade Keanu with Key and Peele. It's just an extended sketch, which is what you just need in the world sometimes.
This was really just more a challenge to see if people could come up with more than one cat movie.
Well, plus also Keanu Reeves, who the cat's named after, loves the concept. So
It doesn't even voice the cat.
I think
Like
so.
one
Yeah.
dream sequence. Yeah.
Okay, well, actually, a lot of people might not know this, but this year an actual icon passed away. Grumpy Cat of Grumpy Cat's Worst
That
Christmas
wasn't
Ever,
this
the
year.
movie. It actually was.
Decade.
You said this year.
2019 is basically still this year. I mean, to me, it's,
Oh my.
2019 never ended because it just never stopped being bad. Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever is actually pretty amazing because they made the entire movie and then hired Aubrey Plaza to voice the cat, but when she realized that they weren't even going to bother syncing the lips to what she was saying at all, she just rewrote all the dialogue and made it really self-aware about how bad it is. So I actually respect that enough that I'm going to give it the nomination.
That's good.
Captain Marvel because cat is not a cat, but it's still.
My nomination.
We can agree on nominations.
Yeah. I mean, how many times has Parasite been nominated?
Fine, Chris. Go ahead. Fine. Now that Chris took my nomination, I'm just gonna nominate any Pokemon movie because Meowth is in it.
Or Incineroar.
I'm going with the classic. I'm going with cats. It defined my winter.
That's so basic.
It was.
He's basic. I don't know.
I couldn't stop thinking about it. I still can't stop thinking about it. Cats now, cats tomorrow, cats forever.
That's gonna be in your gravestone.
Those are your last words.
It'll be your memory of it,
We'll make sure your grave's facing the moonlight.
I'm going with Inside Llewyn Davis because the cat has a whole Odyssey-esque storyline.
I'm going with Garfield Pet Force, which is a little-known animated movie. Did you know the plot of Garfield Pet Force is there's an alternate universe to the Garfield universe where the vet plays an evil version of herself called the Vixen, and there's also an alternate Garfield and all of his friends.
We don't have time for this.
And then she kills them and sends them to the Doom Dimension. Watch Garfield Pet Force.
I kind of wish I didn't know all that, but I do.
Well, now you do.
No, I knew before.
My nomination is the favorite, except it's not cats, it's ducks, because Horatio, the
That counts.
plastic duck,
It counts.
deserves the
It works.
world.
We're gonna do best student film that day.
Okay. Squad in here. We're doing best student film of the entire decade. That is 100 years. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you better not correct me.
Pass.
I'm gonna vote for none of the above.
Can I nominate one of your guys' nominations?
We're all gonna nominate.
Thunderbird.
Oh
Karen doesn't dream. It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Karen Doesn't Dream now on Amazon Prime.
Karen Doesn't Dream. I believe it's on Amazon Prime.
So, Karen Doesn't Dream is now on Amazon Prime.
If you didn't figure that out yet.
Also, Mr. 93.
Amazon Prime is not a student film.
That hasn't been released yet.
You're right. It's still in post.
Post.
All right.
Shameless shilling from a squad of students, so I might do it too. We're sponsored by gasoline juice. It's dangerous to drink, so don't. Anyway, we're moving on to Best Picture of the Year or Decade?
Decade.
The Decade!
Are we still doing best performance?
No. We're doing best picture.
Best picture of the
I wrote down two because I hadn't seen Moonlight, and everything I hear about it's just I still need to watch it. What I have seen, I want to put Hereditary because again, horror movies overlooked, and this is something that I feel like should be seen, even though it's a horror movie, and it still would be amazing if they remove the horror elements.
Okay, so the idea that there is one best movie in an entire decade of movies is simply ludicrous. I'm not sure why we're using a false premise for these arguments here. That being said, I tried to define it based on what movie best represented the past decade, right? And so it's like, what defined our past decade? And that it was just complete stupid nonsense that just got dumber the longer the decade went on, basically. And anytime you're like, maybe reality will get less like a poorly written cartoon that resembles no form of like what anything should be. It just got worse and more ridiculous. No, I'm leading to it, okay? And behind all of this just complete nonsense and drivel and like asinine.
We're running out of time.
Time is of the essence.
Behind all of this is the entrenched elite who control the entire world and keep everyone brainwashed and asleep. Therefore,
What are you
the
talking
movie.
about? Those are my friends.
Okay, Danny. The movie that best represents this entire decade is Neil Breen's Fateful Findings.
That was a long setup to a joke.
God damn.
Okay, I nominate Searching because it actually
Yes, thank you.
it actually did a really good job with the whole like desktop from your camera and everything. Like it actually like fully utilized it. It wasn't a gimmick. Like it brought it to its utmost potential.
I nominate Parasite. Need I say more?
I nominate The Social Network. It's prescient. It's important. I don't know. Facebook is dumb.
Mine is Inside Llewyn Davis. It's mundane, it's nihilistic, it's gray and depressing, and it's great.
I also nominate Parasite. I was going to nominate Bionicle the Mask of Life, but that's really old. So.
Yeah, so good though.
Yeah, it's really good.
Paddington 2. I love
Yes!
it. I love it so much.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, and our final category is Best Picture of 2019. Because why are we looking at the decade anymore? You're all living in the past.
2019 is also.
It's part of the decade.
Yeah.
I guess I did have Parasite on here. So I have Parasite and Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, we're picking two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Parasite's gonna win.
Yeah. Jojo Rabbit because it is a serious topic that's approached with a little more humor. I mean, I've talked about it in the review, so watch that one too. And then Parasite is just good throughout, like, and it's a good suspense. Like, I don't think I've really felt tension like that in a while.
The right answer is actually Knives Out, guys. Sorry if you have a different answer.
Where's my knife?
Yeah, because it lures you in thinking it's just going to be a fun like mystery movie, and then it is, but it's also really class conflicty, and that's what movies should be. They lure you in, and they're like actually the rich or the worst people. And if I have to have another one, it's going to be El Camino.
I'm surprised off the bat you just go like, and us.
First, 1917. Other than the one take, it actually does a good job in showcasing the horrors of war. It doesn't sugarcoat it. It doesn't like go easy on its characters.
I think it
So-
sugarcoats it a little bit. They leave out a lot of actual trench warfare.
What movie is that? What is that movie rated? Is it rated R?
Yeah.
I think yeah, it's rated
17?
R.
I think it's rated PG-13.
I mean, I'm an adult, so I
No,
don't
they
care about
definitely
that
say
anymore.
fuck at least.
Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, and my second one is Queen and Slim. Same thing as why it's nominated for best screenplay, but also great performances, great cinematography throughout, It's an overall really good movie.
The Farewell, because the whole time I was watching the movie, I was like, that is something I could relate to, you know, and I haven't seen anything like that in 2019. Or Knives Out, because it's just really entertaining and everything William just said.
I went with Parasite because, like William said, everything should be class conflicty. You know, that's important, and it's just so beautiful. And like Solomon said, I haven't felt tension like that in a long time, and I haven't laughed like that in a long time in a movie either. Like, it's perfect. Also, Little Women. It's such a beautiful, wholesome, just a good, solid fucking movie. Like Danny said, you know, that's Kino. Greta Gerwig is Kino.
I went with Parasite, like everyone else, and then I'm also going with The Last Black Man in San Francisco because it's great. Support A24.
I think we get enough.
Knives Out and Parasite.
Parasite and Little Women.
Yeah.
Also, Charlize Theron in Mad Max Fury Road is the best performance of the decade.
Yeah, like ever.
Sorry, Amy Adams in Arrival.
Also
That's
great.
not-
I guess we're doing best
Tony
performance.
Nah.
Collette in Hereditary.
Oscar Isaac in Ex Machina.
Has anyone seen
great.
Bombshell? Because like that's got a lot of nominations normally.
Yeah, why?
No,
Yeah, I don't know.
Ray Fiennes in Grand Budapest Hotel.
Ooh.
John Cho.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys remember Suicide Squad?
No, we don't
Oscar
speak
And
of
we're done.
that. We don't speak of that.
We have closing statements now. Thank you for coming to the Stubbies. Again, I'm your host, Leopold Hoppenstop, not Danny, as I've been so crassly called. I don't know who that felon is. We're wrapping up now, so I hope you learned something about movies or listened to what we might have said about movies that for some reason holds weight. So please, do your own thing. Leave me alone. I have to go cry in my penthouse in Jersey and then go to my vacation home in the center of the earth, which smells strongly of sulfur. Bye.
So is this the point where you like respectfully put in the in memoriam?
Yeah, we're gonna. Everyone who we are remembering goes here.
Oh, just remembering the people who are.
All right, cut.
No, cut yet. Wait. Call to action, Aaron. That's the key part of audience engagement.
Did we cut?
No.
No.
No cut. No cut.
No.
Clap is good.
Call
No-
to
no
action.
cut.
Go and vote. We did all this. Please go vote.
Vote cats.
No, vote for like politically.
Parasite.
Yeah, and also vote this year.
Yeah.
Vote for the things I nominated.
Parasite.
Where do they vote? In the comments.
Here.
Yeah.
And the link provided below.
Right.
Instructions are
There.
here.
There. Link in bio. You know.
Instructions
Oh,
are
wait, can
here.
we point
Oh.
to the corner?
What are you doing, man?
Here.
Yeah, here, maybe
Here.
here.
Maybe here.
We'll
Can we
be
just-
back in 2
can we
weeks
put it
with
on
a
his
normal
face?
video, I
Can we
promise.
put it on his face? That's
You
the
just
link.
click it right here.
I'm Mega Man.
We're gonna review Sonic next, I think.
Oh, okay.
The perfect date movie.
It comes out on Valentine's Day.
Sonic does?
Yeah.
That's
Without further ado, that's it for this. The first annual The Stubbies Awards. So
the second annual?
The only annual.
We didn't
Stubbies
get
No,
Awards.
you
The
just
Stubbies.
We're not gonna be here next year. That's right. I'm gonna. Okay. Without further ado, that's it. Goodbye from STUBTOWN.
Just get in and dick lunge.
What?
Please tell me that's on camera. That was
They're still rolling, right?